Okay, wanted to come back on here and give you a update on this storm that is moving now a little more of a right-hand turn into Ripley County. And, it's got rotation with it. I have noticed over the last little bit even some hail. So I figured I'd come on and we'll track this together. And if you guys have any updates, let me know from the ground truth. But just northwest of Holton, there looks like there could be some decent sized hail with this storm. So if you guys see any hail in your area, let me know. And okay, so I was just checking something. So let me switch over here to Analyzer, and you'll see there for a brief period of time it dropped maybe up to quarter size as it crossed 50. Now that it's in Holton, it looks, and even a little bit of that rotation picked up there for a brief period of time, right there on that Jennings-Ripley County line, just north of 50 there. It looked like there was a little bit of rotation. Here's Butlerville. So right on that Jennings Ripley County line. So it'd be interesting to see if anybody has any photos of that storm on US 50. I tell you what, if you have any photos, if you can just, let me see if I can open up the messenger thing, Facebook Messenger. Hopefully I don't get a bunch of spam, but if I can get that opened up, that would be very helpful in this type of situation. You can message me your photos. I'll see if I can get that here in just a minute. But you still see a good inflow coming into this storm here in the Jennings Ripley County line as this storm is moving off towards the now more of a northeasterly component here. So just north of 50 near Holton, just west of Holton, is where you're probably seeing the best rotation, right in here. So I would, be prepared for the potential there for some nasty looking skies. I don't know if we'd be having a tornado on the ground at the moment, but definitely could be a very interesting looking storm at the very minimum there. Give me just a minute here. I'm just trying to get something to work. I'm not going to, you'll just have to post it directly to the Facebook page. I cannot get the messenger thing to work. So this area here is what I'm watching. Storm Prediction Center still says that the tornado threat, more favorable environment will continue in our area. It does look like the National Weather Service is launching a balloon, so we'll get that. Okay, that's. We'll get that data. That'll help out here and kind of tell us where we're at. All right, so let's analyze this storm. So here's normalized rotation. You can see that rotation's come down. But look at what this storm was. These are called echo tops or storm tops. This is what the storm was down here in Scott County. Look at that. It was nothing. That low-level jet is kicked in. As you can see, watch this storm just blow up as it's moving north. Look at the tops on that now. We're going over 50,000 feet. 50,000 feet storm now, so it's a pretty good storm. And then even some of this activity that's off towards the, man, that rotation's tight. There could be debris in that. Give me just a minute here. It's close. there may be close to a tornado. That could even be start of a debris ball right here. If you guys are in the Holton area, please let me know what's going on in your area. It looks like to me there is a potential that this could be becoming a tornado pretty quickly here, just west of Holton, right here along 50. Anybody, if you're watching, you know anybody that lives in Holton, let me know what you're seeing. Look west. This storm is starting to look a little more ominous here within the past few minutes. That's not debris. But it looks like some type of it's trying to do business. There's your area of let me hop off of here real quick. Give me just a minute. Let's go back to the other radar real quick. So there's the storm. Here's the glob of mess that's coming here for the rest of the evening. This storm here has really got my eye. It's out in front of everything. It's really gotten going over the last little bit. Here is that two-panel view, okay, that where you can kind of see the storm a little bit better. Okay, we got a tornado warning. This is for Ripley County. Okay, Ripley County. Let's listen in.
Franklin County, northern Ripley County, until 7:45 p.m. At 7:09 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles southwest of Osgood, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. Hazard, tornado. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Locations impacted include Batesville, Osgood, Holton, Napoleon, Millhausen, Huntersville, Otter Village, and Ballstown. This includes I-74 in Indiana between mile markers 145 and 148. Take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. To report severe weather, go to our website at weather.gov/ILN and submit your report via social media when you can do so safely.
All right, you heard it here first. We have a tornado warning. I'm going to go ahead and pop onto the screen. I was watching this storm carefully as it looked like it was getting ready to kind of get a debris ball going. Let's look at Analyzer here on this storm. Let's switch this over to the one-panel view. And you'll see near Holton right here, this is where your area of rotation will be, right in here. This will be moving towards the Osgood area here momentarily. Seek shelter, lowest level of your home. Protect yourself from flying debris, all right? A tornado warning has been issued on this. I have a video of it. Okay, so Christy, I tell you what, if you can send the video or post the video onto the Facebook page, I'll get that on there here in just a minute. This is near Holton, just north of 50. Okay, just north of 50 is where we have that tornado potential here, right here near Holton. So seek shelter, lowest level of your home. Protect yourself from flying debris, all right? So it is currently 7:13. We've got a tornado warning for northern Ripley County and southwestern sections of Franklin County until 7:45. Now notice the storms are starting to move a little faster off to the north and east at about 35 miles per hour. So that means that wind energy is really starting to kick in. Let's go over here to the regular radar view. Otter Village, 722. Clinton, 742. You need to be in your safe place right now as this storm could be getting ready to produce a tornado here shortly. Right now, there's no tornado on the ground from what I'm looking at, but this is the track of that storm going to be near the Osgood area here shortly. So seek shelter, lowest level of your home, protect yourself from flying debris. I'll get those tornado safety tips up there here in just a little bit, but we'll go back over to normalized rotation here on Analyzer. And right here now, just west of Osgood, here is the 421, Highway 421, right here, just south of Millhausen. This is where that potential for a tornado would be, right along Old Michigan Road here. That is where we're seeing the best threat here for a potential for a tornado. And I tell you what we'll do is I'll get some of these roads pulled up here in just a second. Fairgrounds Road is going to be impacted, Old Michigan Road, County Road 350. Let's switch this over here and get you some roads on here. So there you go. You can see all of the roads that are impacted here over the next little bit. Seek shelter. If you're in any of these areas here, this is the zone where you could see the potential for a tornado here shortly. So getting reports, sirens are going off in Versailles. That's because we have a potential tornado approaching the Osgood area. Okay, so here's County Road 250 North. Here's County Road 350 North. Actually, West County Road. West Fairgrounds Road here. County Road 50, County Road 250. These are the areas, 850 West, 250 West. In these areas, I need you to be in your safe place right now. So if you're in these areas, you're probably familiar of where I'm putting some of these roads. And I know this looks really messy. Here's Otter Village. It's almost there. This is also near the Allen Crossing Osgood area. And I know we zoom in real tight, we can see the different smaller towns here. Here's Highway 350. This is also along, let me see if I can get this road here. This is County Road 300 right in here, where that potential for a tornado would be occurring. That area of rotation's picking back up. And like I said, if you've got videos or pictures of it, I would love to see that. Let's switch over to normalized rotation. Right in here now is kind of where on County Road 500 and 650 North, Old Michigan Road, County Road 700 North, and 600 West is kind of looking like where some of those areas of rotation are picking up here. So what we can do is let's switch this over to, okay, well that's not going to do a very good job. Let me switch you back over to the regular radar view so you can get your bearings. Here's that area of rotation right in here, okay? So this is the making of what I would say could be a debris ball. Right now, that's where your area of rotation is. There's no debris when we look at normalized rotation, so we would need to see a lowering here or a blue. We don't see that yet. So that tells me that this is not on the ground, but could become on the ground soon. Oh, hold on. Okay, give me just a minute. Let me refocus. The hail potential is coming back up on this. I tell you what, let's do a two-panel view. A lot of turning motion going on here on that storm. Let's go over back to a full view of Analyzer. You can see on the left side, we have the potential for hail. So you could be looking at maybe up to nickel size on that, on the left side. And then on the right side's where you see the Doppler winds, where you see the reds or the pinks are going away and the green is going towards the green-gray color. You see really the middle of that storm probably a little more elevated because we're seeing that hail potential. And while I'm looking at this here, I tell you what, let's go back to, let's put correlation coefficient on here on this storm. I mean, man, I tell you what, this thing is close. That area where I just put that red marker is where you're going to want to be mindful of, because this is a classic debris ball showing up here on the radar. So, excuse me here, I have to take a drink real quick. Okay, so this is so close to producing a tornado. I mean, we've got to take this storm seriously. If you're in Osgood, you've got to listen to me now. You need to be in your safe spot, lowest level of your home. If you're in a, and I'm just seeing if somebody has posted any photos, and I don't see any. I tell you what, we'll do this. Give me just a minute. Okay, so here we have a picture. This is from Danielle. This is in Napoleon. Let me switch this over here. You'll be able to see this photo in just a second. It'll load. But this is kind of more of like a scud cloud here. There is a lowering on this storm, but it doesn't look like a tornado just yet. Okay, doesn't look like a tornado just yet here with this storm. So back over to our Storm Vision 3D. Okay, and you know, as these photos come on, I'm going to be posting here. I'm going to be posting here in just a minute. Please submit your photos on the post I'm getting ready to post. So I'm going to do that here real quick. So that will be coming through here right now. So if you see the red Facebook post, that is where you need to post your reports and photos, and we'll get those live here on the Facebook, okay? So those will be coming through right now. All right, so I tell you what, let's go back, and I know there's a lot of beeping and everything here on the background here as I'm just checking some info here from the National Weather Service, and we'll switch this back over here because I'm going to do another track in just a second. But here's that area of rotation right in here. Really good inflow showing up on this storm. When we switch over to the shear tracker, you know, it's not showing the best. When we go back over to the radar, this is where we're seeing the best potential for the tornado right here, moving off towards the northeast at about 35 miles per hour. And I tell you what, we're gonna have to watch some other storms too. So Morris 747, Spades 749, Sunman 751. Okay, so you need to be in your safe spot if you are in any of those areas. Give me just a minute. Okay. So still looking at that area of rotation near Napoleon, okay? And moving off towards the northeast. I just want to give you just a second here just to kind of look at some of those, any of those times that are on the track of this storm. It looks like I finally got everything to work out here. So here is it's hard to tell on that photo, so I'll wait on that one. But we'll come back in here in just a minute. Let's look at Analyzer again, just to kind of see everything in full here. And it does look like things have calmed down just in the last few, but look at the storm tops on that on the right side. So that tells me that storm's way up there in the atmosphere. And, you know, we could be getting debris now. Let me look. I still think that's just inflow. That's close. Still got to watch this here. So on the left side, what you're looking at is the reflectivity. On the right side, you're looking at velocity. You see there's a lot of things going on there. Normalized rotation, here's a look at that. I tell you what, that's so cool. Well, I still think that's inflow coming into the storm here. You see this is correlation coefficient now on the right. And when you see the little notch in between the two yellows and reds, what that's saying is there's something that's the radar's picking up that could be, you know, a bird or things like that. I tell you what, here's a good shot of that storm. Let me switch you over here to this one. And this is coming from Abigail and Holton. And you see just how low these storms are and how low the cloud base is. So to really get storms to produce a tornado in these situations, it's very easy to make that happen because of that low cloud base. And we've been talking about that earlier today. As this, you know, we've got high dew points in place. It's a tropical system, so it's not going to take much to really get anything to get going here that could be problematic around the area. So I do think we're okay for the moment. I will update the track in just a moment. I just want to spend just a second just going back here to Analyzer, and I just want to look at kind of what's happening here. You know, just to see what's going to happen, and over the next little bit, and I will update the track on that in just a few moments. So just bear with me here. But we'll put a full. We'll look at this what's happening and kind of where we're going to go from here, and we'll just put a loop over the last 2 hours so I can just look at that. So you can see kind of a boundary lifting north. That's what's triggering these showers and storms from, let's say, Hillsboro, that one down towards Georgetown, and then these stronger cells where the wind energy is stronger into southeastern Indiana. But I tell you, look at that mess out towards just west of Louisville. That's moving in our direction. There's a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings with it. There's a lot of tornado warnings with it. Every one of those are being treated as a tornado possible on those severe thunderstorm warnings. So it's still going to be a very active evening with storms producing potential for tornadoes as this line's moving through here. And as that low-level jet continues to increase, that's when we are going to see our highest probability of tornadoes. And the Storm Prediction Center, and I'll just show you that, says that over the next several hours, this is when the storms are going to be the best bet here locally. So let's go back over to Analyzer, and well, let me take this marker off of here. Let me switch this back. And this storm is kind of, it's going through its cycles here, and it does look like right over Napoleon now, green means go, so we could be close to something happening here. Let me just look. Still messy. Unless I've got ground truth, somebody saying here on the post on Facebook, unless I've got somebody saying that there's something on the ground right now, from what I'm looking at, I don't see that there would be anything that would be on the ground at the moment. So let's see. So I've got some different photos here that have come in. Let me look at this. All right, so you can see the impressive structure on this storm. This is from John. You can see the lowering there. I can't really see what's going on behind the barn in that picture, but definitely a supercell storm. You can see the structure of it. It definitely looks like a supercell. And then I did want to show, this was from DuPont, Indiana earlier. Angela sending that. And look at that whole storm just rotating. This was looking towards Comiskey. So it was rotating back there at an hour ago. So everything's coming a little more together with it. Angela, thank you for sending that in. That storm was looking very impressive there a little while ago. So let's go back over here to Analyzer, look at this storm. Tornado warning still continuing on this until 7:45. So we've got about another 15 minutes on this. before we let this warning expire. It is going through the motions here. So now this particular storm is in the cycling stage. So we'll go from watching it be close to being tornadic to weakening and then strengthening again is a potential here with this. So everybody's wanting a track on this storm. So I tell you what, let me get you a updated track on this storm. The National Weather Service still saying this storm's moving off towards the northeast at about 35 miles per hour. So let me give you what you need here on this. The area of rotation is moving off towards the northeast at about 35 miles per hour. That puts it in Morris by 7:48, Spades by 7:50, Pentown by 7:53, Lawrenceville by 7:58. You can kind of zoom in a little bit closer. So I know Sunman, you'll be in that 7:52 time frame. There's Sunman right there. So if you're in the Sunman area, you're not under a tornado warning yet. We'll have to watch how this storm continues. Here's 129. So if you're in this area, 741 is when that storm will be in that particular area. Okay, so still a rotating storm here, tracking off towards the north and east. Tornado warning still in effect with it. It looks like I'm getting a lot of updates here on this storm. They're going to continue the tornado warning until 7:45. You saw the update there on the radar just a few minutes ago. Radar indicated still tornado until I get otherwise truth on this storm here. So let's see. Do we got anything new on this particular storm here? Hang on just a second. Charity sending this photo in. You can see the lowering there on your left side. It's still hard to see because the storms are so low today, and to see that base is difficult here, and what's happening. So every photo is very appreciated. I appreciate every photo coming through here, and I'm just trying to make sure that I'm able to share some of those so you guys can see the ground truth of what's happening, not just the radar picture. So I'll continue to get those pulled in here. So the storm is right now, what you're seeing on radar is likely cycling. And what that means is the storm, they're kind of like a heart. They pulse up, they pulse down, they pulse up, they pulse down. So the storm is likely, oh boy. Christy sent this photo. Boy, this was close to producing a tornado. You can kind of see a little bit of a funnel there near Napoleon there. That's a very interesting photo. I tell you what, let me switch you back over here. I'm going to share that real quick. All right, so Christy, thanks for that photo. That's a good shot of that storm. This is the current track. I will update that track here in just a minute. So definitely a nasty looking storm. Oh, look at this, is very impressive shot. And I know there's a lot of photos and I probably need to be tracking this for you. This is impressive. This was near North Vernon at 6:59. Just a tremendous structure of this storm moving through. This was near North Vernon. So, wow, just an incredible shot there of that storm in North Vernon, Indiana. And then also, just to let you guys know, anytime I post these photos, I am giving you credit for those. I just use your first name just out of respect. I don't want to, you know, be, just to be safe. Okay, and I'm just going through the photos as you're seeing the radar, and I'm watching the radar too, so I'm doing multiple things at once. But very interesting structure as that went by, a supercellular-like structure with that storm as it was rolling through here, the Napoleon area here not long ago. So let's go back to Analyzer here real quick, and let's look at this together. So definitely looks like that somewhat of a debris ball is gone. I hate calling it a debris ball because that's not what it was, because it wasn't on the ground, but that was where the area of rotation would have been. You'll still see that area of rotation now more occluded up to the north, right just north of Napoleon here. Ronald said, how do I send a video? On the Facebook page, there is a red post that says post your photos and videos. Just post that video there and I'll share it. But here's that area of rotation now, north and east. So this looks more towards the Batesville area that will get impacted by this. Let's look at it on normalized rotation because it'll show. Yeah, it definitely occluded a little more to the north here over the last little bit, more towards the north and east here. So we've definitely got a cycling supercell storm. We'll see what happens with it here in the next little bit. And you'll see storms going up around the metro. You know, that's kind of what's going to be happening with some of this as we go through the evening. That cap continues to try to break, and we're starting to see more and more in the way of showers and storms going. And at any point, these storms could rotate. So I do want to show those real quick. So let's go back over here to the other radar view. And I promise I'm here. I'm watching everything, okay? So we've got no lightning with it, but a heavy downpour east of Independence and then just to the west of Alexandria. And then another one near Amaristown, Sugar Tree Ridge, Sardinia, and then east of the Williamsburg area. There's a boundary that all of this is kind of riding on, and it's right in here, and this is where pretty much that focal point will be here this evening for the potential for things to kind of rotate. You'll see back out towards the west, there's more tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings, so we've got to watch those as well. Back to the tornado warning storm, about 10 more minutes left on that. Tornado warning, this is for, Christy says she has a video of it. You should be able to post, if you can post it there on the Facebook page. It says please. I posted about 10 minutes ago, I think, and it says please post your reports and photos here. Thanks. You should be able to post your video there, and I can get that here live on the page. So, so a lot of people sending me a lot of rotating clouds as the storm was going over the Napoleon area. Kind of stinks that the videos won't. Maybe you can't post videos. This was at 129 in Delaware. Wow, this is an incredible shot. Kim sending this photo in here. This is a classic supercell storm structure. And, you know, the lowering, the wall clouds on the right side, you know, and it was trying to produce a tornado. And like I said, these storms, they've been close to producing a tornado, but they haven't been able to do so just yet. So that's good news, okay? Good news. But we're still watching this one here as it could be potentially cycling. And Kim, I'm going to share that photo real quick here because that's a amazing shot. So, all right, watching these storms move through here, and just going through your pictures here. If anybody could figure out how to send the video, that would have been great. But we haven't been able to do that yet. So, oh, I think we got it. Okay, so let's see if we can, hang on. Ronald, I did get your video. It's kind of hard to see what we're looking at. I mean, it looks like something, but it's kind of, I see the rotation, but I don't think it was, it's hard to see. Really hard to see in that. Just incredible structure of these storms that you guys keep sending in. Look at this storm. Kirsten sending this photo in. Just an incredible shot of the storm there moving through. Okay, let's go back to the storm here. So this is the post here. Post all your photos and videos to that. That will help me out greatly as I'm watching these reports come in and watching the radar carefully here too. So there I am. Okay, so looking at the storm here and looking at what we're this particular storm moving in towards that Batesville area. Still seeing some strong, actually some of the stronger rotation I've seen here now. It's definitely cycling back up. So you folks in Batesville, seek shelter lowest level of your home. This is a pretty nasty storm here that's getting ready to move into the Batesville area. So let's actually we have a live traffic camera near Batesville, so we'll be able to watch this live to see what's going on there. And I tell you what, hopefully you can see, maybe this will be the best view of this, and maybe they've got these angled or the direction they need to be in here so we can watch live. There's a lot of rain over Batesville probably right now, maybe. Okay, let's pull that camera up there. So this is a live look at Batesville right now. You know, nothing going on at the moment, but here shortly we'll see things really rapidly deteriorate, and we'll be watching that area of rotation move in with this particular cell here that is moving into Batesville. I will say, from what I'm looking at here, there's a lot of, it's getting, Rebecca's saying it's getting dark there. So it looks like to me, and I'll take that off here, so we're still watching right in here for that area of rotation. Here's your inflow notch. So tornado warning's got 3 more minutes. We'll have to wait and see what the National Weather Service does with this this storm here. Really, this is out in front of everything else. And just look at the explosive development here of storms down to the south. So we got to watch these too. This is my big focus here at the moment. And you just notice how quickly this storm really got going. If I put a loop here over the last hour and a half, this thing really wasn't much, and you can see that lightning count has started to drop. We had over 230, 240 lightning strikes, and now we're down to 190, so we definitely have a weakening storm here. But you can see here, this storm in was in Jennings County, and this storm, was only producing like 30-some lightning strikes. It peaked over Napoleon, and I think that's why you guys have got some amazing shots of this storm here. And then now the storm is over the Batesville area, or quickly approaching Batesville. And, at the moment, we're seeing a weakening trend and watching for some new storm development further off to the east here. So let's go back to that camera there. And you can even see it, maybe a little bit of clear skies showing up there. This is looking, I believe, northbound on I-74 So Rebecca's saying, okay, so this is looking north on I-74 here, and here momentarily that storm will be moving right over this camera, so we'll get a good angle of this. So we'll see it here in just a few minutes. So let's go back over to the radar view, look at this storm, and give you a new track here shortly. So here's that area of rotation right in here. Let me switch over to storm relative. There's your area just north of Ballstown, and this is moving off towards the north and east at about 35. So good thing is that storm is making more of that northeasterly approach, so Sunman, you guys won't be impacted. But Batesville, 748, 759 St. Mary's, Oak Forest by 804, Young's Corner by 804, and then Brookville and the Brookville Lake area by 811. So this storm will be moving into those areas, and potentially, we'll need to figure out a plan there if we do go tornado warned on that. So it looks like the National Weather Service is dropping the tornado warning on this storm. So that's good news. They do not feel confident that the tornado threat's still there. However, we're going to keep on here and keep a close eye on this storm, as it is, still. Okay, so Brian says that's southeast towards Cincy. Thank you. Still looking at and watching this storm carefully. Cynthia sent this in Delaware facing the Napoleon area. I want to share this. You can see the supercell structure. You can see the lowering and with the wall cloud. And whether or not we had a tornado touchdown, I don't think we did. But, I think that you guys would have let me know in the Napoleon area if there was something that happened. But right now, not seeing anything that would say that there was a tornado touchdown. We'll check power outages here momentarily. But there's a track on that storm moving off towards the north and east here pretty quickly here. So we do have video of that picture I sent earlier. So it may... It's flipped the other way, so it's hard to see. Okay, so very impressive storm that's moved through here, and I continue to get some crazy supercell structure photos. I mean, I think Sheena. This is a storm that you would see out west. This is crazy when you see those layered like a cake. It was just a classic supercell that moved over the Napoleon area here. Just incredible shot here this evening. All right, so I tell you what, we're gonna have to reposition here because we've got storms elsewhere that I want to touch base on. But that is a shot, I tell you what, if I've ever seen it, coming out of the Napoleon area. And I'm still watching you folks up there, and we'll see what happens momentarily with that storm moving through. And I just wanted to show you real quick. Here's that traffic camera again. This is looking towards Cincinnati. Thank you. I thank Brian. Seeing the shot there. And Tracy, yes, the Sunman area is fine at the moment. So other storms I'm watching carefully here. Near Wilder, and then also one just to the south there, going up near the Piner area. These storms not rotating yet, but they could here over the next little bit. So these are ones we're going to have to watch. But you can see just little areas here of spin. You can see a little bit here, and a little bit here. So it's not going to take much to really get these storms going, but there's something we need to watch here as these are moving towards the north, towards the Cincinnati area here. So these are the next kind of things to watch as these are moving off towards the north here over the next little bit. And you can definitely tell that there is a little bit of struggle here with some of those storms firing up in the area. And to the west, I think, is where we're seeing that better wind energy like we talked about. So, but here in the next few, from now and going on until the 12, 1 o'clock, that is when we're going to see that best threat for anything to be tornadic, okay? So, been following a storm from Osgood to Napoleon, no rotation from what I see on 48 now. Okay. That was a report coming there. All right, so wide view here, little storms popping up here. Watching these two here, these are going off to the north. We'll see what happens with those. And then on a wider view of things, it does look here within the last few. We've lost a lot of those tornado warnings out to the west. That's good news. It doesn't mean anything, but it's good news. I'll show you here. You can see that line that we're going to be tracking moving through here, moving off to the north and east. That is the show here for later this evening, and we'll see as the wind energy continues to become more favorable what happens with that. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a break before if there's more warnings that do come in effect, and I'll be keeping my close eye on everything here. Thank you guys for all of the photos, pictures, videos, and information coming in. Looks like we're good for right now. This is the next area of storms that we're watching, moving off to the north and east. Those will be our next chance for any tornadic activity. So I'll continue to keep you updated. That's it for right now.